Today we're being joined by Chloe Kodagoda from the Darebin Falcons and potential AFLW draft prospect. Chloe, thanks for coming on.
Oh, of course. Thanks for having me.
No worries. Tell us a bit about yourself. What got you into footy and what type of player you are?
I got into footy pretty young, starting at Oz Kick. Kids at school were doing it, I think about age of 6 or 7, then moved to play with the boys for a year. And now I'm with the girls. Now I'm playing with Darebin VFL, which I'm lucky enough to do. I used to play for, or mostly train for Northen Knights in the Coates League. Got moved on from there. Now I'm at a club which I really enjoy.
That's good. So obviously this is being in your draft year. So what kind of prompted the move from moving out of the Northen Knights program to just more mainly stick at Darebin?
Yeah, I was actually planning on being at Knights, but unfortunately got cut from the preseason squad. So I was lucky enough to already have the connection with Darebin. I was going to be at Darebin during the community breaks, as most Coates players do. So I went to Darebin, I let them know the situation, and they were lucky enough to offer me a full-time contract, which is great.
That's good. So how do you go from being, unfortunately, cut from a Coates League club and then get offered by a club that's at, in a higher level? So, how did you take that disappointment and turn that into, it's worked out all right?
Yeah, it was a pretty interesting situation. I'd never heard of it before, being 17. It didn't happen very often, but I just remain grateful for the opportunities that I have and made the most of it. So you got to be a bit disappointed. I was disappointed, but there's no time to wait. You just got to keep going.
Very true. So being a part of that was the second year, is that right?
At Knights.
At the Darebin.
This is my first year at Darebin, yeah.
Okay, so how was it making your debut, not this week, but the week before? How was the nerves going into that game and then compared to how you went into it?
Yeah, I was definitely very nervous. I haven't played many senior games just in general before VFL, but the 2 practice games that we played before the round 1 definitely helped, and the girls were all really supportive and encouraging, so it's great to be around them.
So how is it being a part of a club like Darebin? Because the reason I ask you that is because, people from the outside will go, Darebin, yeah, they're struggling. Everyone else is fine. How do you react to that? And how do you go into a season, having a lot of inexperienced players, but then also a lot of the girls that I know in particular have come from the Collingwood VFLW side as well?
Yeah. No, I definitely do get a bit of slander for joining Darebin. They go on about the 0 wins, but I couldn't think of a better club to be at. It's a really supportive environment, and I'm really looking forward to what we can achieve this year. We got a few Collingwood girls. They're all really great. Got a lot of experience on them, so love to learn off them.
So how was your debut game personally for you? And then, last week against the Saints, which actually it wasn't that bad because you were relatively close the whole game through. Yeah.
Round 1 debut, definitely nervous to start off with, but I think once you get that first tackle or first kick, we definitely got into it. Just made the most of my strengths and used that to assist my team, using my speed to get away from everyone. I think that definitely helped me get into the game more. And then last week, just 2 days ago against St Kilda, was a lot more comfortable going in. I think we played pretty well considering the brand that we want to play, and we just stuck with it most of the game. So I was happy with that.
That's good. So obviously this week you got the Bombers. How are you feeling heading into that clash? And obviously decided to just come off a draw, I'm pretty sure, too, against Williamstown.
Yeah, with Williamstown, I'm pretty sure. No, I'm looking forward to playing at the Hangar. A bit of a fangirl moment. Any club AFL team that I get to go play, it's pretty cool. I think we'll definitely have a bit of momentum from the way we played in the weekend. We can always improve, but we were pretty happy with it, and hopefully just to keep the same pressure up this week, and I think we'll go pretty well.
So I find it interesting, too, that you're the home team against the Bombers, but you're playing at their ground.
We're the home team. Wow. I mean, I'm not going to complain. It's still pretty cool to play there.
That's right. What are some of your biggest strengths, Chloe, as a footballer?
Definitely my speed comes first, especially with the ball. I definitely try and take my few explosive steps before I decide what to do with it. And my long kick, I have a pretty big kick, which I need to use more of in the games. So, yeah.
What would you say is your average distance kick?
If I'm going for distance, I reckon it's different because we don't play on not all the pitches we use are like full like size 50-meter arcs and everything. So I reckon I could hit 50 on a good day. Like Williamstown, I think one of them went 50 with a bit of the wind, but let's say 40. We'll be modest. We'll go 40.
This is pretty decent. You already beat me quite comfortably. I need that win, and like you said, Williamstown would be certainly a ground to help that.
Yeah, no, definitely was.
Always so win there. With that beach around there too. So, what are some goals you set for yourself this year? Obviously, being in your draft year as well, but then knowing what's happening with the Knights. But how do you set up your goals for yourselves this year?
Yeah, I think I've learned with the experience with getting dropped and all to focus less on like the outcome of, getting drafted or being at a particular team, but more just playing to my strengths and really getting comfortable in the VFL. Hopefully playing a bigger part in the team, and no real, like, of course it'd be nice to get drafted, but just doing everything I can to put myself in the best position to, who knows what happens next year.
Very true. Obviously now that time at the Knights last year, obviously when you did play some games there, how was that time for you? How did you first get approached by them in 23 to play for the Knights?
Yeah, so I'd been with the Knights for 3 years. Started with the Futures program, and then came last year into it was my 3rd pre-season this year, so 2 full seasons. First year was with Futures, and then last year I was with the 18 squad, played 2 games. Was emergency for about 6, so I got invited back to play. Had really good preseason. I think that was the best preseason I've ever had in terms of fitness and skills, but it was a bit disappointing in the end not to get picked. But that's all you can do. Did everything I could, and it was still a great opportunity to train with the girls at a high level.
How was that experience playing though in those few games that you did play against some other sides who I'm sure some of those sides, those 2 teams you played against, it would have been some players that have gotten drafted this year or who will this year, and it's such a good experience, I feel, to learn against them and play alongside some good players as well.
Yeah. Round 1, Murray Bushrangers, nice 3-hour drive away. That was a good game by us. I think we had a good win in that. And then Sandringham, that had a lot of draftees that will come out of that last year and this year, I think. So that was a really good experience, just making the most of it, taking my opportunities where I can, but definitely going to look to perform a bit better this year.
Who are some of your close teammates down at the club now at Darebin?
We've got Piper Louie, we've got Millie, and some of the Collingwood girls are really fun to be around. We've got Mon DiMatteo and Ella in the forward line. So just learning off them and having a bit of fun when we can.
Yeah, very good. In your whole football journey, Chloe, you said you've been playing since Saltkick. So what personal footy accomplishments or premierships have you had throughout your footy career so far?
All right. We played 1-2 grand finals with Parkside, which is a really fun experience with almost the same team with 1 year gap in between. That was really great. Made it to the grand final last year, lost by a point, which was a bit disappointing, but there's always this year, so hopefully we'll go back to that. But I reckon the AFL multicultural squad was probably my most proud achievement. Met girls all over Australia, and we went to Adelaide to train, played a few games last year. So that was a really good experience, getting to learn off AFL players like Mon Conti, Darcy Vesio, Aketch, who's retired now. But that's definitely my most proud achievement, and I didn't take that for granted. That's
good. So how was the trip side of things? Are you someone that loves or is nervous with interstate trips? How are you with interstate trips?
It was the best experience ever. No nerves at all. The first 2 camps were in Melbourne, so I was a bit disappointed I didn't get to go on a plane anywhere, just in Geelong and in the city. And then when I found out we were going to Adelaide, I was pretty happy, hotel and everything. We didn't play a game, so it was not as stressful, but definitely love traveling.
Those 3 girls there, Vesio, Conti and Aketch, how was it being involved in that setup and then having those girls there with you? You must have been talking about fangirl moments earlier. Well, I'm sure that was one.
Yeah, I tried to be cool with it. It was really good to learn off them, and it's pretty cool. They came over, giving their time away for the whole flight. It was a whole 5 days or something, so definitely didn't take that for granted, and I was really happy with that.
That's good. Who did you grow up supporting?
I grew up going Collingwood, so having a pretty good year last year. This year, I don't want to talk about it that much, but big Collingwood supporter.
That's good. Did you get the chance to go to the granny last year?
I tried so hard to get tickets. I couldn't find any. So we went to the Collingwood live site outside the MCG. So that was pretty cool still.
You mentioned this year, you're not a big fan of this year, but you did pop up with your first win against the Lions on the weekend, which is no mean feat. They're a good side. I know they haven't won one either, but again, like Collingwood at the time, they both hadn't won. And this doesn't mean they're not good. They're both still good.
No, yeah. No, definitely. I think the pressure's ramped up in the comp now, so Collingwood are just going to have to catch up to that. But really pleasing with what we saw on Thursday. I think it's good signs for the season, and I'm not that worried anymore. I think we could still go pretty far back to back.
Right. Yeah, I think you'll still make finals quite comfortably. Yeah. From there, that's probably still a question off the moment. I still think you'll make finals at least. Now, who loves the limelight, the attention, and the camera? Darebin, and they can't get up, and they know exactly what to do when that camera's around.
Oh, I was thinking about this question. There's no pretty cocky people who love the camera that much, but if I had to pick someone, I'd definitely say you'll see Shan Egan flexing her muscles in front of the camera, so we'll go with her.
So if your teammates were to describe you in a word or a sentence, Chloe, what would they describe you as?
Annoying? Nah, chatterbox. Definitely high energy. I come from school, so I've got all this energy to burn, and a lot of them come from work, so I feel for them.
That's fair enough. And it's funny you mentioned chatterbox. We're going to get to that question. Actually, I'll start it right now. So this is a part of the interview, Chloe, where teammates' hearts get broken and teammates may love you more and more. First question, who is the best chatterbox at the club?
Oh, definitely Piper Louie, but when she's talking to me, we become the biggest yappers when we're talking to each other, so I'll definitely go with her.
A dangerous duo in a good way?
Pardon?
So you say you're both a dangerous duo in a way?
Yeah, dangerous with our mouths. Dangerous.
Very good. Loudest and quietest teammates?
Quietest. Oh, I think the captain's probably loudest in the forward line. I've always got all my teammates yelling at me to get in position, so just getting used to that. And Bunk's definitely loud, but in a good way. You need that leadership on field to keep you aware of what you're doing. So yeah, I would go Bunks and quietest. I reckon Gogs. She used to play AFLW and it's pretty cool. Gogs, not the loudest person, but definitely knows what she's doing.
Mm-hmm. Now that's fair enough. Now, this is always an interesting one. If you were stuck on a deserted island with teammates, Chloe, who are you bringing and not bringing, and why?
All right, I'll bring Piper just because she always has the food for me. I'm always eating her food, so hopefully, she'll bring some food and let me eat it. Who am I not bringing? God, I'd hope I'd be okay with bringing everyone on my team. I'd be a bit worried if I didn't want to bring them. I can't think of someone. Blank on that one.
Is there any particular trait of someone, though, Chloe, that you wouldn't like to bring? Like if there's someone that does something that you don't like, basically something that annoys you, what would be something someone does that you're like, okay, if you're going to do this, you're not coming?
Ooh. No, I'm going to put Mon out here. I'm not going with Mon. I'm not going with Mon on an island. It'll be too annoying.
Well, there you go. There we go. We got one. Got one. Okay. So what's something, it's a bit similar to that part of the question, but what's something someone does at the club that you can't stand? They're like leaving rubbish around, just being flat out annoying, jump scaring people. Is there anything like that comes to mind?
I'm a very clean person, very particular with, there needs to be soap in the bathroom before so I can use my mouth guard. It's always going to be clean. Everything has to be clean. So anyone that's not using that soap before training, I don't want to high five you. Of course I will, but I'm very strange with that.
No, I get you. I am with you on the way there, all the way there. All right. So what nicknames do you get at the club, Chloe, that you like or dislike?
I actually have no nicknames. I need to get a nickname because there was someone named Chloe on the other team last week, and I kept turning around when I heard that name. But Ella gave me the name C Money. I think Khloe Kardashian used to get called C Money, so now she calls me C Money, and I call her E Money.
Yeah, just copy her, steal it off her, replace the C.
Just use it again.
Yep, that's what you use it straight back and see how she likes it. Probably does like it, doesn't she? Does she like that name?
Pardon?
Does she like that nickname that you're giving her back?
Yeah. You'll always hear it. If I ever see E-Money, she'll turn around straight away. So we've got our code names now.
Okay, so it's good you like. I was going to say if she didn't like it, that could be something you could do to try and annoy someone. If they're annoying you, to just throw that back.
Oh yeah, I'll end up annoying her one day.
Fair enough. Is leadership, Chloe, something that's ever been across your mind that you've wanted to get into from juniors all the way till now? Is it something that you want to do in the future, or is it something you're not sure about, or something you're not really interested in?
Yeah. In my junior years, playing with girls around my age, I definitely think leadership was something I could definitely grow into. I'm not the loudest person in terms of like directive talk, which is something I need to improve on. Just because I'm so focused on, am I doing my position correctly? So just being a bit more aware about everyone else is something I could grow into. But at Darebin, I'm definitely learning off everyone else and just trying to listen mostly. So yeah, we've got our leadership covered at Darebin pretty well.
That's very good. So, where was I? Okay, if you were to use an AFL or AFLW play comparison, Chloe, to the type of style of play that you play like, who would you say that is?
Yeah, I think about this a lot, actually. I can't ever think of one player that I completely play like, but I use aspects of each player. So I definitely think my favourite players are St Kilda and Georgia Patrikios. I think she plays mostly wing, which is what I'm playing a bit of at Darebin, and Nicola Zenos, who her speed definitely is what I attribute myself to, but not completely like those players. Just the speed is definitely what I associate myself with.
So Patrikios and Nicola Zenos, you said, didn't you? That just dropped there for a sec. Yeah. They're two
titles.
Both good players at St Kilda. Obviously, Zenos kicking a lot of goals and pressuring and tackling and everything. And Georgia obviously gets a decent amount of the ball every single week. And being a Saints fan, I would know that. So who would you say is the toughest opponent you've ever had to match up on at any level? Is there any particular player that comes to mind? If not a player, a team?
I played on Nat playing the St Kilda AFLW player on the weekend, which was a really good experience, actually. She was really supportive, picking me up after she tackled me, giving me tips on how to beat her. So that was really fun. Definitely challenging with the body work. Of course, being an AFLW player, she's got a lot of experience around that.
Yeah.
I'll go with she was pretty good. We'll see later in the VFL season. I'll come up with more. I'll definitely let you know about.
It sounds good. But how beneficial, though, Chloe, is it playing against, well, St Kilda obviously had a few of the Saints girls, the AFLW girls in it, but you mentioned being on Nat. That makes it even better for you to know, okay, Nat's at the level already and been there for a while. You kind of know how to go about it by playing against her.
Yeah, definitely. It gives me confidence knowing that I've been able to play on these players and, hold my own performance against them. But it's a bit hard not to fangirl. At the end of the game, I went up to her and I was like, oh, it's so good to play against you because, you idolize these people and you come up against them. It's pretty cool.
That's right. It absolutely certainly is. Any outside of footy interests that you have?
Outside of footy, I coach football. I don't know if that counts as outside of football, but I'm coaching individuals and the Northgate team. I really enjoy that. I try and share my knowledge with others. And also, I used to do athletics. That's still pretty fun. I used to coach with Evie Lee. You had her on the podcast before. Yeah, so I enjoy running as myself in athletics and coaching others.
Do you reckon that's where you mentioned earlier about some of your strengths, mentioning speed? Is that do you reckon you got that from that as well, and doing athletics made it even more of a strength for you?
I think my fitness, like my endurance side, definitely came from athletics and, learning the fundamentals of running and all these other events that are part of athletics. But I was never like a crazy fast person in athletics. A bit weird. Like in these one-off races, I'm not amazing. Like I won't win all of them, but something about footy, I have a desire to get away from everyone. So that's somehow my speed just comes about there.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Now, mark or goal of the year, Chloe, which one would you rather do and why?
Mark of the year? I feel like, goal, you can celebrate. I get that. You've got a whole 30 seconds that's all your own after it. But I don't know, mark of the year, jumping on someone's back is what I associate with mark of the year. So that's definitely a dream to be specking on someone. Mark of the year, we'll go with.
That's fair. I mean, you can't go wrong either way. I mean, I feel like I just choose a goal personally just because I used to play up forward and love doing goalkeeping challenges, as you know. So it's just like, it's just a bit of fun. I think the goal, you can kind of gloat a little bit more. You're more than 5 seconds when you do the, you take the great mark, you get up, and we better be cool, play on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think the best part of mark of the year, if you got it, you'd have to have like a photographer nearby. Like you need that on camera. You got to have a good on the back photo.
Absolutely. You'd be absolutely stiff, especially with VFLW games being filmed. You'd be gutted if you took one and the camera went across or something, or it's zoomed out and you're on the other side of the oval and they didn't zoom in. It's like,
no, definitely. Yeah, imagine if the camera just breaks halfway as you're taking it. I'd be crying.
Oh, absolutely. And even though I know they have some photographers at some games, but you'd want to hope at worst on a film, on a camera.
Definitely.
Would you be one, Chloe, to post it if you were to take a mark of the contender or a goal one?
Oh, I feel like the video would be a bit too cocky to post the video of it. But maybe include the photo of it in a little footy photo dump.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, unless your name's Jeremy Howe, Chloe, I don't think anyone does a mark of goal year every week or every year.
Nah, that'd be pretty cool if you did it.
It actually would be. What do you feel is the best goal, Chloe, you've ever gotten at any level? And does it come to mind?
I used to, not anymore because I don't think it's really appropriate to kick torps in VFL, but in local footy, I always enjoyed a big torp from 50, and lucky enough, my teammates are there to shepherd it in. But either a torp or banana goals from the boundary are my specialty, but I can't pick one.
All right, how are you on the banana? You just said there you fancy a banana. Are you more a check side, a dribbler, a snap around the body, and I'm a right footer on the left side? How are you with the snap? You love it, obviously, too.
Yeah, I've got a few from bananas. Bananas definitely my specialty, but snaps on the other side of the body, of course, because I'm a right footer. So on the left pocket, definitely a snap, and in the banana on the other side.
Absolutely, you can't go wrong with that. Now, if you were to best describe, Chloe, to the best guy you'd love to ever get, it can be as unrealistic as you want here. You add in the moment, Chloe, the occasion, the distance, the angle, everything. Chloe, what is your best described to get?
All right, best goal. Definitely, it's got to involve like a good run down the wing, a few bounces, and then finish off. Oh, what's a good moment? Maybe like a good fend off before you kick the goal. Flatten the player on the ground, and then nice banana from the pocket.
That'd be absolutely awesome to do and see as well. Now, I was going to add to this. That's right. What is your go-to goal celebration? Have you got a goal celebration, Chloe? If so, if not, you'd have to pull one out if you got a goal like that you just described.
Yeah. Oh, no, I don't usually celebrate during my goals. You get around your teammates, but what's a good goal celebration? If I could do a backflip, I'd do a backflip. That'd be pretty cool. But I just got to learn one real quick.
That's very true. And that'd be awesome to see. And I don't feel like there's many players that do that. Now, there was a cricketer for the West Indies. I've completely forgot his name now because it was about 3 months ago now. Kevin Sinclair's name was. I don't know if you ever heard of it or seen it. He made his debut for the West Indies in cricket in the tour match against Australia. He got his first test wicket, and you speak of backflips and everything like that. He did it. And apparently he does this every wicket. So he ran 20 metres sideways, flip, literally all in one hit, 3 in a row, and doesn't fail any time, apparently.
Jeez, I'd be worried about messing one up. Imagine how embarrassing that would be if you just land on your face.
Oh, and 99.9% of Test cricket is on coverage in some form. You wouldn't want to stuff that up. Apparently he wasn't.
Oh, well, good for him, though. It's pretty cool still. I'd be showing that off if I had it.
Absolutely. How do you feel you would go at attempting something like that? Did you last 3 flips? Would you be out the first one?
Oh, I'd stick with one. I feel like after the first one, the momentum would be a bit range. Don't want to fall over after 2 flips. Go with one for safe measure.
Yeah, that's right. Fair enough. Who's some teammates, Chloe, that you've been impressed by Darebin? They kind of fly under the radar a little bit and don't get talked about as much as you feel that they should.
You can't go past and Gogos, ex-AFLW player, racks up the touches every game. I think she's led touches in both games. she's always in and under in the midfield, getting a bit of a push and shove from the opposition every game. So I definitely admire her clearance work and ability to get her hands to the ball first. In the forward, I look forward to seeing what Mon does. Hopefully, she'll be back pretty soon in the forward line. She was runner-up VFL leading goal kicker last year, so definitely a good goal kicker there.
Yep, for sure. Now, obviously, being 168 centimeters, is that correct? Is that roughly around that?
Yeah, I think we're around there.
So, do you feel intimidated sometimes when there's players, that taller? Like, if you were to match up and say someone much taller than you, how would you react to something like that? Do you just go whatever? Do you try to take some advantages of them, saying, "Oh, you're tall and slow, and I'm smaller and quicker than you"? How would you go about, say, matching up, say, on someone like that's a ruck height?
Yeah. I'd take positives out of it as well as a bit of worry. Contested marking definitely isn't my strong suit, so if the ball goes up, I'll have to get on their back somehow. But when it's it's mostly on the ground in VFL, so I feel a bit of confidence knowing that I'm closer to the ground and hopefully I can use my speed to get away from them. So it's not all bad. I wouldn't mind matching on someone who's way taller than me because I've clearly got some disadvantages.
That's very true. So, have you ever had any AFLW player interactions, Chloe, as a fan? If so, were there any memorable or forgettable moments?
Ooh. Met a few, of course, in the multicultural camp. That was pretty cool. But I reckon I was doing an NGA program with North Melbourne, and I got lost in their facilities. So I walk over to this guy who's coming out of his car, and it's Alistair Clarkson. And I'm like, all right, I need directions. So I have to ask him where to go. So I'm like, hey, do you know where to go? He's like, yeah, hey, nice to meet you. He shakes my hand. He's like, my name's Alistair. And I'm like, oh my God, I know who you are. You're like famous. So he gave me a whole tour of the facility trying to get me where I was meant to go. Dropped me off in the wrong spot, but I was like, doesn't matter. He gave me a whole tour. I'm pretty happy with that. So that was pretty cool.
Gee, now that you've just told that story, Chloe, I think a lot of people are going to go into a club facility at that level. Oh, shit, I'm lost. I'll start walking into their gym. Oh, there's Nick Lark. Keep walking down there. Oh, hey, Nick Lark, where do I go?
Yeah. Oh, what a coincidence. Nah, it was pretty, and it was like, I think the second day of off season for North Melbourne. And I was like, what are you doing in the club? And he's like, job never ends. Got more work to do. And I was like, that's pretty admirable.
Well, that is definitely memorable. And, like you said, you just see this guy pop out of the car and you're like, oh, right, that's him. That's Clarko.
Yeah, definitely.
That's very, very cool. What are some fun facts about you, Chloe, that people may not know about you?
Ooh, I'm not a very interesting person. If I had to say something fun, it'd probably be what I just said then about meeting Alistair. But we used to do athletics. Other than that, though, pretty basic. Go athletics. Athletics background never goes wrong.
Yeah, for sure. Any favorite TV shows or movies?
I don't have much time for movies and TV shows anymore. So busy with school and footy. But I just finished Vampire Diaries for the second time. I've watched that twice over now, the entire series. So that's definitely haven't been hooked on a show like that for a long time. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's fair enough. And I mean, there's always some shows, Chloe, I feel like where you get addicted to or that you like watching. Would you be someone to watch it over and over again?
I never thought I would, but then I got so hooked onto that show that I watched it again. But wouldn't do it now. Now it's just like maybe a one-off movie here or there, something scary maybe just to relax when I've got some time free because you got to have a balance. So yeah. So you just mentioned some scary movies. What type of genre do you like watching? Is there a specific genre that you like watching or whatever? Probably action or horror, something interesting because I'm not going to watch it for very long. Don't have hugest attention span, so something that's always on.
That's fair enough. All right, celebrity crush.
Oh my God. Oh. If it's not the brothers from the Vampire Diaries, it's definitely got to be an AFL one. Maybe can't go wrong with Nick Dacos. Nick Dacos is always good. Or his brother. Yeah, we'll go with them.
Yeah, I'm not surprised knowing that you went for Collingwood. And as soon as you said an AFL player, I'm thinking, all right, who's a Collingwood player people keep talking about?
Yeah, can't go wrong with him.
No, you can. So just imagine being with him, and how would you be someone who would deal with that attention? Though I know we're talking hypothetical, but if you were with someone that was in a position like Nicky's or any AFL player for that matter, how would you go about seeing all the public reaction they get?
Oh, if you were dating one of them, you definitely feel. I think there's the dark side to the media attention. It's not all great. They get a bit of unwanted media attention, so I'd probably feel bad for them. But it'd be a fun experience, following him wherever he goes in the change rooms. That'd be pretty crazy.
Absolutely, yeah. There's always people, and like Sydney just mentioned, and I would the same. You'd love a good change room pass, whether it's every week, times.
Yeah. Oh, what, the Copeland? Get to go to the Copeland. That'd be pretty cool. What else? Oh, grand final tickets. You just, best seats in the house.
Yeah. And what's being with the person you mentioned. So it's like, you can it's just all perfect. Most of it is, except for the side that you mentioned about the dark side of the.
Yeah.
But that other side of that, yeah, and fair. Now, quirks. What are some quirks, Chloe, some people would say that you have that you wouldn't necessarily like to admit?
Oh, they call me a bit pedantic with being a clean freak. I'll absolutely freak out if there's no soap in the toilets. Yeah, just keeping clean like that. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I always have to have soap or I won't be able to focus at all. It's pretty strange.
I'm the same as you, Chloe. I'm legitimately the exact same. I mean, you go to any bathroom or anything like that and there's no soap, they're like, what the hell is wrong with you people?
Yeah.
Like, or change it. Like, even if you got the bottles, not like the hand soap, but that's probably a bit stupid, but having the bottle or something.
Yeah, because you're going to touch your mouth guard. You've just been to the toilet. Like, that's gross.
I know, it is. And don't get me started on people.
Yeah, days.
God, embarrassing it is, honestly. And it's disgusting as well. Okay, so I always love this part of the show, Chloe, because this is where the Australian population always just gets up in arms about these hot topic food questions, Chloe. Now, I've only ever 7 people say the same to what I was saying. Now, obviously, these are opinionated. But most recently, this first question I'm about to say, Chloe, I've had 4 people in the last week say the opposite of what I'd say here. Now, the reason I say this, you'll know once I say what it is, because I can't believe it. I had a long streak, Chloe, of about 50 people, I'm not even kidding, say this question correctly. Now, in the last 2 weeks, I had 4 of about 15 give me another answer. So
you're making me nervous. Oh, my God.
So, chicken palmy, is it a palmy or is it something else?
I probably call chicken palmy chicken parma. It alternates every week. I generally have no idea. Like, I'm thinking the full name, what, chicken parmigiana? Is it an A? I'm the worst person to ask that. I have no idea.
This is always what I say to the non-palmy people, Chloe. And what I say to them, and you're fine because you just said a bit of both, so I'll kind of cop.
Yeah,
my rebuttal, Chloe, is to people. I go, okay, pronounce it like you just did. It's pronounced with an I, and spell it out for me. Parmi. Not A. Sorry.
Is there an I after the M?
Yeah, Parmi.
Oh, then it's palmy. Yeah.
There we go. Converted.
You got me.
Good word. Got ya. Reeled you in, as they say, for that question. All right, so 1 for 1. Good start. Right. So next one is this one's always debatable as well. Pineapple on a pizza, yes or no?
Yeah, people who say no are just too fussy. Like, why are you trying to argue? Well, I'll definitely eat it, whether I eat it on the pizza or I'll eat it separate. It doesn't matter, but no problem with it being on.
Okay. 1 out of 2. That's okay. By the way, just for future reference, I've never had anyone get under 3 out of 6, but I think it'd be fine. But next one, tomato sauce, cupboard or fridge?
Fridge. Need to be cool with the hot food. Got hot food, you need it cool to balance it out. Yeah.
I say cupboard personally, but again, I don't really care either way. That's one of those ones, it's like whatever. But I'll give it. All right, 2 for 3. All right, so favorite food?
Ooh. I'll eat anything, but we'll go Greek food. Can't go wrong with Greek food. Love my culture, so we'll go Greek food.
All right. Any Pacific Greek food, just so I know if I can count it.
You got souvlaki. That's the best part. You got the bread, the meat. And then baklava, all the desserts, the Greek desserts, all the cakes you can't go wrong with.
No, I'll call that 3 for 6. 3 out of 4. All right, next one is food you don't like.
Ooh, the only thing I can think of that I won't. I'll still eat it if it's there. I don't want to be rude and decline it, but I'll eat everything except maybe mushrooms. The fact that it's labeled a fungus, I don't really feel comfortable eating that.
No, I know you hear the name fungus next to a mushroom. Yeah, I don't like mushrooms either. So that's 4 for 5. Good job. So you're on a roll. It is too good. That's for sure. Favorite takeaway place?
Oh, definitely GYG right now. Damn, I wish it was a Greek place, but the Mexican food's going off right now. GYG, I'd say it's a healthy takeaway option. So it's always good after footy when you need something quick.
That's for sure. You know, I've heard of GYG. I've heard sombreros. It's more of a Perth thing. I thought it was. Believe it or not, I don't know if you knew, but I didn't know what sombreros was about 3 months ago. And a lot of Perth, I had, in the time when I went to Perth, I had 17 people on at once for a Gold King Dom. And then I've had so many interviews with Perth girls around that time and even now still. And I'd probably say add up to maybe 50 of them. And almost all of them have said sombreros or GYGs. And when I told the first few people that I didn't know what sombreros was, the reaction they gave me was absolutely priceless. Where they're like, "What the, what?" Like,
oh, I didn't. I reckon I learned what sombreros was this year as well. Like, it's not very common here. I saw one actually in Brunswick, but other than that, never heard of it.
No, neither had I. I heard the names, but I didn't know what it was associated with, though.
Nah, irrelevant.
And trust me, some said that they didn't like it. A lot did, but anyway, that's their choice. All right. So 5 out of 6, Chloe. Good job. Right. So, how would you fancy yourself in front of the goals, Chloe? Obviously, either being on the run, a set shot at the pocket. You mentioned the pocket before.
Definitely don't do well with pressure. So on the boundaries, when no one expects you to get it, is definitely when I'm more likely to get it, or pretty far out in the set shot. But I've had a few really close set shots which I absolutely stuff up. I don't know what it is. Something mental. Can't get them when they're too easy.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm the same, and I've said this to everyone I've done a golden challenge with. I'm more than likely going to get the ones on the pockets than what I am in front. I don't know why, but it's just how it is. And including yesterday, one with a different few people, I missed one of the 2 shots in front. I don't know why, but that's just how it goes.
Just got to keep working on it. But the more I practice it, the more confident I get, and then it translates into games. So just got to keep working on it.
I mean, yeah, you still get the majority of them. It's like you miss probably a bit more of those ones than what you think, though. Not you, but just in general. It's like, I don't know why. Maybe I feel like it's people think, just tap it, and they don't fully kick like they would in other spots.
Do it, yeah. People remember the ones you miss, not the ones you get. So it's pretty annoying.
Very, very true. What jumper number do you wear at Darebin, and is there any meaning or significance behind it?
I wear 15. I hinted for it. I gave a little hint, but I don't know why I love 15. I think it's my birth date. Maybe that's why. But something about 15, it's like, I don't know why. It just gives me like a pleasing thought. I don't know. It's not symmetrical. It's not a number, but it's nice and simple.
That's good. What do you feel the fascination is with short jumper numbers? So, like, mainly the single-digit ones between 1 and 9. What do you feel like so many people want it? The only things I can come to the conclusion of is that most of the good AFLW players wear short numbers, or some people reckon it's the jumper number looks better with one number and just spread it out. I don't know what the fascination is. I like them, but I don't get the obsession with them.
No, yeah, I agree. I think the good players usually wear the smaller numbers, but when I think that I try and use a number that's not easy to remember, like a double-digit 40s or 50s number, because when I was getting tagged, they easily remember number 4 or 5, but if you've got a crazy number on, they're going to forget what number you are. So be a bit tactical with that.
Yes, absolutely. I got to think tactically as well. Now, all right, so Favorite music?
Oh, definitely. I'm always listening to Greek music or got the Greek pop, but if it's not that, it's definitely rap, like Drake, 21 Savage, all that high beat stuff. Definitely gets you ready for a game.
That's fair enough. Are you a Taylor Swift fan? Just out of curiosity.
No, don't talk to me. No, can't stand her.
Hey, now, this is interesting because every time I've thought of this idea, everyone that I've brought this up to like her. So I'm going to say so now I'm a Swift fan, but this is probably not something you want to hear now because you're on the opposite side of things. But to anyone that's annoying you, one time, I'll tell you, this is a true story. I put a fake name in, though, to insert the fake name. So this name is John. So one time, John was just being flat out annoying. And unintentionally, I just said to him, I said, John, mate, just shake it off. And, what this is, right? He hates that. I didn't know that at the time. And he got so worked up. It was so funny. So in my mind, like, okay, I know that's Taylor Swift reference. I didn't intend that to be one. He just sooked about hating her. So anytime someone hates Taylor Swift, that hates Taylor Swift, and you want to annoy them, I just use that quote. Or the other one, gee, John, all you got to do is hate, and they hate it.
I definitely don't mind annoying people, but I don't think I could let those words come out of my mouth. Being a fellow Taylor Swift hater, I couldn't do it.
That's fair enough. I just thought bring that up. Okay, now game day superstitions, Chloe. Do you have any game day superstitions that you must do?
Nah, I try to steer clear of any superstitions because, things happen. Sometimes you can't do what your normal plan is. So I want to make sure I'm focused for the game. So I try not to have superstitions. As long as I'm had a good sleep and good food, then I'm all ready to go.
Very good. I mean, I'm sure you've heard of plenty, and you probably know some teammates that have some, and there's some that have so many. Most of them are pretty normal and basic. I had someone on recently who had kid you not, around 10 superstitions, like 10 things.
Nah, because you don't want to be put off for your game. What if you can't do one of your superstitions? Then you're unfocused.
Yes, that is absolutely, Chloe. Very, very true. So I just got one more question for you to do. Really appreciate. Oh, two more for you. So appreciate you coming on. What are some of your most prized possessions?
Yeah, I can't go without my phone. Let's be real. You need your phone a lot. Don't want to miss out on anything. That and a water bottle because I'm always thirsty. So we'll go. Those two things always got to have with me.
I heard the water bottle a lot lately. A lot. There is one.
Yep, got to have it.
Good. And I've also had a lot of people show it off too. So that, yeah. Well, it's their most prized possession, so they want to show it off. Now, a phone, Chloe. I agree with you. Anyone that doesn't say a phone at our age is different. I think people that don't say it are absolutely full of crap. Yeah. And anyone, even for that matter, maybe 60 plus, maybe not, but anyone before that, you're really full of it. If you say you don't need a phone, how the hell are you communicating?
Nah, I agree. You need it. You gotta. What if footy trainings move to a different spot? You gotta know. You gotta know your stuff. Yeah,
you wouldn't know. You'd be absolutely gobsmacked. You go to the green, and go, where the hell is everyone gone?
Yeah. How am I going to check the stats after the game if I don't have my phone?
I was going to ask. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up because I forgot about that. Will you be one to go check your stats?
I know. I think I've memorized. Just going through the stats after the game, I can memorize almost everyone's stats for our team. I enjoy looking at the stats. It's not all about the stats. I know that, but don't mind looking at the stats.
I agree with you, Chloe. I'm the exact same. I love looking at. At my cricket club, they call me the statistician because I'm the cricket encyclopedia. Statistician encyclopedia because someone go, oh, how many runs you make? About 10. How many wickets you get? How many overs? 7. It just rolls off the tongue pretty much, yeah. And I mean, it's a good thing too, Chloe, in all jokes aside, to study your opposition as well. And that's something that I've taken the last few years of cricket, and I've probably played the best 2 years I ever have. I think because I'm looking at the opposition going, okay, this guy's good batter. We need to get him out. Everything like that. You got to study your opposition. Do you do that?
Yeah, I look at every single game. I'm looking at the stats for VFLW, and even the Collingwood men's team. I'm looking at the stats. So it's pretty interesting to look at. You can take a bit of info out of that.
Absolutely. Do you play AFL Supercoach or fantasy?
No, like stuff like that and stuff like tipping. I can't stay on it for long enough. Like I'll forget about it one week and then I'll ruin everything.
No, that's fair. I understand that. I've done it for a long time, but I do know that on the rare occasion, not so much for AFL. I think it's more so the other ones like English Premier League and stuff like that. Like it just seems to be. And tipping, I actually have gotten a few times. I hate it when I find out that I've got to do it, and the away team is a team that's on the bottom of the ladder, and the home team's the one on the top of the ladder.
Yeah,
that'd be the worst for sure. Are there any teammates that you feel that would check their stats? Because I mean, like you said, you do it yourself. I did it myself as well. I mean, I think some people would be lying to say that they don't check.
I don't know. I've never actually spoken to anyone about stats. I keep to myself about it. I don't want to seem too cocky. I don't. No, we don't have many people like that in our team. Nah, I don't reckon many would.
If you were the AFLW or VFLW CEO for a day, Chloe, what rule are you adding and/or removing?
Ooh, okay. I know what I'm removing. The bouncing rule. If there was no bouncing rule in footy, I'd be running up and down all day untouched. Like just not having to worry about bouncing would be so easy to. I think it'd be more exciting for footy. But nah, I understand why it's there. Yeah. And what rule am I adding? Ooh. I don't know what rule I'm adding. Pretty happy with AFL right now. I reckon they've got all the rules covered for now.
No, that's fair. Now, last one's especially coming on. If you add or make a dream scenario for yourself, Chloe, for this football season from now all the way to the end of the year, how can you map out a perfect scenario for yourself?
For me as an individual or for the team?
Oh, yeah, both. Yeah, you and the team, yeah.
All right, we'll go for a team one. I definitely think get a few games playing by our game style for the entire 4 quarters, get a win, hopefully, multiple wins. And for me, definitely want to get more comfortable, get a few more touches in the contested side of VFL. You know, it's good. It's a lot of pressure being with the higher level adults, but if I can get more comfortable with that and maybe take a hanger, that's got to be one. Take a hanger, get in the highlight reel.
That's good. Yeah, absolutely great to see. And if you do pop up on that highlight reel, I expect to see a story or two. So, Chloe, I really appreciate you coming on. It's been great having you on. And all the best for the upcoming season for yourself.
Thanks for having me. Enjoyed it.
No, is any